Welcome to Mr. F. Diggs Movies. Before we get to the report card for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, bust out your popcorn and your number 2 pencils, kids. Time for a quick pop quiz. According to star Anya Taylor-Joy, what 2002 film was the one that made her fall in love with the cinema? Was it The Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Spider-Man, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, or Ice Age? Question 2. In Furiosa, there's one of the all-time great car, truck, motorcycle, paraglider chase sequences ever. It lasts 15 minutes. Your question is, how many days did it reportedly take to film? Was it 2 days, 4 days, 7 days, or 78 days? And question 3, your short answer question. The next Mad Max movie is set to take place in the future when all the characters are old, gray, barely able to get out of bed. What will it be called? The answers are coming up just in a little bit. Now, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga is written by Nick Latouris and George Miller, and directed by George Miller, the mastermind behind the Mad Max franchise. And weirdly, wonderfully, he's the mastermind behind the Happy Feet franchise as well. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. It's rated R, and Common Sense Media says it's okay for ages 16 and up. So Furiosa, Anya Taylor-Joy, is a young girl growing up in a small secret patch of paradise in the apocalyptic wastelands. One day she's kidnapped by the evil warlord Dementis, played by Chris Hemsworth, and she then sets forth on an epic battle for escape and revenge. Let's get into the report card. So story. Furiosa is a coming-of-age film full of flames, diesel, and some all-time classic action sequences. You're gonna get explosions. You're gonna get souped-up semis screaming down the Fury Road. You're gonna get 2 of the best action sequences I've ever seen in my life. But what you're also gonna get is an incredible origin story. Now, this is very much a Furiosa movie, not a Mad Max story. Some people may balk at that, but let me tell you, this is a film where all the testosterone, gasoline-fueled anarchy actually works as a way to tell a really moving coming-of-age story. It's an incredible melding of these 2 genres, of the origin story and the action thriller, which is something we haven't ever seen before. At the very least, we've never seen it done this well. So story, you're going to get an A. People, put Anya Taylor-Joy's and Chris Hemsworth faces on the Mad Max Mount Rushmore. So, of course, Max is going to be on the Rushmore, but who are the other 3? I'm not going to get into all 3, but 2 of them definitely need to be young Furiosa and Chris Hemsworth's Dementis. Anya Taylor-Joy, not the biggest, buffest person on the planet, but her performance here is fierce, it's extraordinarily kinetic, and most importantly of all, it's 100% believable. I completely bought into the idea that she is a road warrior. She's incredible in this movie. And Chris Hemsworth, he is a vicious vaudevillian basket of villainy. He's an evil delight every time he's on the screen, and he easily earns a spot in this emerging pantheon of great 21st century movie villains. People gets an A+ in this movie. The next category is film nerd stuff. George Miller pushes the possibilities of cinematic action forward again. He is the Beastie Boys of action filmmaking. He can't, he won't, and he don't stop. The film's action isn't quite as relentless as Fury Road's, but it's just as, if not more so, impressive. There are a bunch of times during the film where I thought, I didn't know a person could make the things I'm watching actually happen. If a movie can make you say that once, it can sleep well at night knowing its job is done. But when it keeps happening over and over again, it's just an utter joy to sit in the theater and watch it. So, film nerd stuff, you get an A+ as well. The elective class of Furiosa is taking is called Your Worth Is Not Found in Your Bank Account. Don't you dare, yes, I'm talking to you, don't you dare skip this film just because of the poor box office on opening weekend. Money and quality are not the same thing. I know a lot of us look at the world that way. Like the richest person in the world is the best person in the world. The highest selling product in history is the best product in history. Or the movie that makes the most money is the best movie. it doesn't always work that way. It usually doesn't, actually. And, as of this recording, it's official. Furiosa is bombed at the box office. But I need to tell you, ignore those poor box office numbers. They don't come close to representing how thrilling, captivating, and flat out incredible this movie is. Go see this movie. Elective class, you get an A. So before we get to the final comments and final grade, let's look at the answers to our pop quiz. Anya Taylor-Joy fell in love with the cinema while watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Apparently her mother put her hands in front of young Anya's eyes during the basilisk scenes. It didn't work, so thank you, Harry, for steering Anya into acting. The incredible 15-minute chase sequence took 78 days to film. That is unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable, what's the name of the next Mad Max film going to be? The one where they're all old, gray, and can't get out of bed? It's going to be called El Rosa, A Bad Back's Story. So George Miller gave us an incredible origin story. It fits seamlessly into the world of Mad Max. It thoroughly and, most importantly, satisfyingly and entertainingly tells us why the Furiosa we saw in Fury Road is who she is. And what I also love about this film is it can stand on its own. You don't need to know the rest of the Mad Max franchise in order just to be wowed by this movie. If you don't think Furiosa deserved her own origin story, I definitely do. All I can say is don't skip this film just for that reason. Number one, it's a horrible reason. But also, you're going to miss classic Miller on the big screen. I don't want to be a downer, but he's 80. Who knows how much more Miller we're going to get? Honestly, it's amongst his best work. I say congratulations to Furiosa Mad Max Saga because you get my second A+ of the year. Thanks so much for watching. If you could, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment, like, tell a friend. Have a great time watching the movies. I'll see you next time.